Okay, so we got a video here going back to Warzone of Jack Frags. Jack Frags is basically made a video saying Warzone is fun now. Please don't ruin it again. And I feel like that's everyone who's back in Verdansk, back in Warzone, has the same kind of sentiment. But if you remember back a little while ago, he made a video that was basically ripping Warzone apart, talking about what happened to it. So I wanted to see the opposite of that. Now that they have fixed the things that he wanted fixed, what is he saying? And I'm curious what he's going to say here, especially because they're going to make changes. They're going to make updates. So what does he want and how does he see the game getting better? Because you can't just leave it stagnant. It's got to get better. So let's see what he says.
The Milkman is playing Warzone again. Guys, I have incredible news. The Milkman is playing Warzone again. They've done it. I can't believe it.
Is Jack Frags the Milkman? Is there a joke there that I don't understand?
It's actually happened. So it's been 6 days at this point since Warzone made a load of sweeping changes to the game and actually brought Verdansk back as the main map. Hand up, like, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at the amount of changes they made. I was concerned that they were going to bring this map back, leave Warzone how it was.
Nice shot.
With Verdansk as a playable area, but they didn't.
We all thought that, to be quite honest. We all thought that they were going to bring Verdansk back and that was going to be it. And they thought that was going to work, but they didn't. They changed the way Battle Royale worked as a whole.
There was a huge blog that went live a couple days before the update. And I was reading through it like, wow, okay, we'll see how it plays. And
it plays good.
They have made a ton of great changes. They reverted a lot of the stuff that actually hurt the game, in my opinion. I realized that this is subjective. Some people may have preferred Warzone how it was over the last...
You know what? I think in like a month from now, there's going to be a group of people who come out and say, no, they made the wrong decision making these switches to Warzone. It was better when it was faster, more respawns, redeploy balloons. I guarantee you there's going to be a subset of people who say that. Give it a month. Give it like, let's call it June 18th. On June 18th, that's when people are going to, maybe even before that. Maybe May 28th.
2 years or so. I wasn't one of those people. I feel like the original version of the game was really fun. Big sandbox, lots of players, vehicles, infantry, and you know what? After I've been playing it for the last few days or so, I'm hooked again. I have to be honest. It's not gonna be
That's exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the stream today. I told you guys I was gonna play Black Ops 6 today, and I didn't because I wanted to play Warzone, which is crazy. Like, I didn't think we'd be back to that point.
Exactly the same as it was, because this is a new engine. Times have changed. People have moved on. The player base knows how to play the game now as well. So the skill level's much higher.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have all of the same exact moments and feelings that you had back in 2020, 2021. But damn, they have done a stellar job of bringing it back to kind of how it felt. Most importantly, the version of the game right now, at least from my experience, is a BR again. There isn't 1,000 ways to respawn. Gulag tokens have gone. Redeploy flares have gone. Redeploy balloons have gone. So you don't get people flying across the map, jumping on you left, right, and center. There's not...
So this is the thing, right? And this is what I was saying when we were playing Warzone before. What I think they need to do is add something every week. Every single week. They added it in on Thursdays with their playlist update. And then they give it a week. Well, even if it sucks, they give it a week. And at the end of that week, on the Wednesday, they put out the survey to everyone playing. Like, in game, we added this week. Explain it. Be like, we upped the health to 200 this week. We wanted to see what the time to kill felt like, and we want your feedback. Did it feel better with 200 health, or was it better with 150? And give the two answers. And if the community decides no, it's worse, then they remove it. If they say it's better, we keep it. Is that not a fine way of doing things?
Repels or zip lines everywhere. That was one of my big...
Then every week there's like a whole discussion in the community of, okay, is this good? Is this bad? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Nowhere to be seen. There's not a million ways to get your load out. There's much less cash than there was in the previous...
And show the vote. Show the community what people have said.
Build of the game. Also, there's fewer plates. Surviving is difficult, and your position actually matters again. Moving around as a team, important. Tactics, positioning, using smokes, thinking about what you have to do is important. It's pivotal to trying to finish in a good position. There's downtime again, guys. You can have a chat with your mates while you're moving from A to B. Maybe you see a squad, you hit a nice snipe, and you carry on talking. The peaks and valleys are back. It's not just go, 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 go all of the time. And your life matters. That is the most important thing. Your life matters. You know, if you die and you lose that gulag.
Originally with Verdansk, when you die, you'd be like, ah, crap, there goes my weapons. Or like our loadout's out of zone. Or now I need to re-get plates. Or anything like that. Regaining was actually difficult, something you had to plan for. And then that got removed. Just you come back. It was like resurgence every single time. You come back, you get your loadout immediately. It's no downtime, exactly like he's saying. And I think that's a huge part of it. Now, when you die, it's like, hey, I can come back. But man, I don't have anything.
And your team don't have cash to get you back. It's going to be hard to turn things around. Everything feels like it has value again, which I like. People are using vehicles. The Bertha. I've seen Berthas everywhere with people in the back of them. It's very nostalgic. Yeah, we don't have the original blue Jeep, but there's a Humvee. Nice to snipe people out of that, and also right on top of it with an RPG, shooting at helicopters. The little bird has returned.
Is he gonna get out of this?
Using the helicopters to move around the map, reposition.
Nope.
I've seen vehicles exploded with C4. I've seen RPGs hit vehicles, and be on the receiving end of that too. That kind of combined arms feel with the infantry and vehicles, that's returned. And the sniping too, as I just mentioned, sniping is back. The HDR is cooking. You can down someone from far away. It's meaningful. You can get the finish if you're lucky. For me in Europe, the server performance has been pretty good too. I had like one little...
Like I said earlier, to me, the server performance was great until today. It was way worse
lag
today.
Spike earlier today. Apart from that, in smooth sailing, I had one bug where I got stuck on a loadout, but that's significantly better than what my previous times playing Warzone were like, where there was just bugs left, right, and center. From my experience, I haven't come across any obvious cheaters yet. There could have been people soft-walling. I did see a blatant cheater squad though. Stoddy and Westy were playing a couple nights ago, and there was clearly some rage hacking going down. But for me personally, nothing yet. It's been pretty smooth sailing in terms of cheaters. And I'm playing on PC too, so I'm probably up against PC players most of the time. One of the things that I'm most surprised at though is the audio. I think the audio's massively improved from where it was. In solos especially, I've got no problem tracking people, figuring out where they are in relation to me, what surface they're running on, are they above or below me. So whatever they've done, there's definitely been an improvement to the audio. I haven't had an instance yet where somebody has sprinted up behind me or an entire squad. This used to happen for the last couple of years, by the way, whenever I dip back into Warzone. This is how bad the footsteps were. You'd get entire squads running up to you, you don't hear a thing, you just die. It was awful. That's changed. I can hear things now, so 2 thumbs up in that respect. Now, it isn't perfect. I'm not going to sit here and glaze the game for the entire video. Yes, they've slowed down a lot of the Omni movement stuff in the game. For me personally, it's the backwards and sideward sliding that I just can't get on board with.
Yeah, I like it. I think the movement right now is really good, and I think it's better than the original Verdansk movement. So I'm going to get some hate for that, but I do. I think they've slowed the game down enough with the decisions in game that they can have something like this movement to get you out of trouble. And I think it's okay. I think it's better. I think it gives you more options. I like being able to snipe at someone and then there's 3 people sniping at me and I dive backwards off a hill. I like it. But yeah, again, I think I might be in the minority with that.
Because it makes gunfights so unpredictable, unreadable. It doesn't look good. Quite frankly, it looks insane when you see people like sliding sidewards and backwards. So I prefer if they remove that element, but you know, that's just me. And I think for casual players who don't have much time to play the game, that kind of thing might be a big barrier for them trying to learn that and fight against that. I realize that it does add a bit of a skill gap, but I think for a BR mode, when you see people doing the sideward slide and the backward slide in an instant, it just takes me out of it a bit. Some of the other snipers, maybe you need a bit of a buff now because the HDR is clearly the best option. There were some rumors too before this came out that there was going to be a switch to toggle authentic skins. So if you just wanted authentic military looking skins, you could turn that on. That hasn't happened, so
I don't know if
maybe
it's not going
it was made up. Maybe there is some truth to it and it will come down the line. But right now, that isn't a thing. So basically, you're still going to see all the wacky skins in the game. And I think it goes without saying that I truly hope that they can keep on top of the cheating, because the second that starts to spiral out of control again, that's GG as far as I'm concerned. But saying that, I think they actually added console-only crossplay too now, which is really good. Like, I'm glad that they did that because that's going to protect the majority of the player base. Obviously, if you're on console and you want to play with people on PC, you can turn that off, or if you've got somebody in your squad who plays on PC, you can still queue with them. You just have to accept that there might be other PC players in that lobby with you. And they could potentially be using walls and aimbots, that kind of thing. Now, I have seen some conversation about people thinking the game is too slow now, and they want the redeploy balloons back. They want the movement to be sped up. They want to be able to carry 12 plates again. They want more chances to respawn. They think the game has got too slow. I think the worst thing that Call of Duty, the developers, could do right now is listen and make snap judgments, because there are some loud voices saying it needs to be quicker again. Put all these things back in the game again. That's the worst thing they could do. What they've done right now, in my opinion, if they stick with this and they build on it, they don't do anything crazy. If they stick with the foundation they've got now and establish that this is the core of Warzone, this is how Warzone feels, this is how it plays, make that baseline again. So
I think there's certain baseline things that need to be refined. Number one, plates wise, I think 5 and 8 plates with the plate carrier is fine, but I think every time you kill someone, they should drop 3 plates. It's the only difference that needs to be done. Money, I think, is fine. Everything else is pretty good. I think plates is a maybe, big maybe. Look at time to kill. Maybe.
People have got an understanding of things and don't do anything wacky and wild. The road ahead for the game is promising. But if they suddenly start making snap judgments and introduce swinging gameplay changes again, I don't think it's going to go down well. A lot of the good faith that they have restored is quickly going to go out the window. So I'm hoping that they stick to their guns and they carry this design philosophy going forward. Don't do anything crazy, Call of Duty. You've done good here. It's nice to see some positive sentiment for COD 2. That's not been around for a while.
That is
the
true.
amount of comments or threads that I've read where people have said, oh, me and my Discord buddies are actually playing the game again. They stopped during Caldera. Now they're all back. We're having a blast. I don't think COD has had that for a few years now, so it's refreshing to see a bit of positivity in the community. As I said, it isn't perfect. I think maybe they did take a couple of steps back in certain respects, but there's so many steps forward that I can forgive that for now. For me, if they stick like this, then Warzone is going to be a game that I play regularly again. I'm not going to play it as much as I used to in 2020, 2021, but it's a game that I can dip in and out of now. I'm quite enjoying trios. I'm enjoying solos. It's another option for me again, whereas last week, I wouldn't have even looked at it. I mean, I didn't even have it installed last week. I had to download the game from scratch. And the game is very challenging, especially in the normal playlists. SBMM is cranked. It's difficult even in the public lobbies. I don't think that's going anywhere. Didn't expect it to. But I would say that if you want to have a more relaxed experience, let's say, play earlier in the day. Don't play at peak time, so the lower the population, the better. And also play in a group where there's a lot of skill disparity. They did add a casual BR mode too, which is mostly bots. If you want a bit of a reintroduction to things, to level up some guns and get used to the mechanics again, that's there now. I haven't tried it yet, but I have heard that a lot of people are thoroughly enjoying it. And you know what? It doesn't make you any less of a Warzone player or less of a human being. If you just play that casual mode, that's fine. You play the game you want to play as long as you're not.
See, the nice thing about that casual mode, and this is what I will say, is yeah, sometimes you drop in and you happen to drop in with a bunch of the other teams. Very rarely. But what it does is it allows basically all of the teams of 4 that aren't bots to get into like the final couple zones. And those are, in my opinion, are the most interesting parts of the game. And a lot of the time, I think twice today, what did we play? 6 to 8 games. 2 of them we got into the final. 3 of them we got into the final zones. But most people won't. Most people will go days without seeing a final zone. So that casual mode allows you to pretty much see that final zone every single game. And that's the best part in my eyes. So the mode makes sense.
Not cheating, because that's really bad. And I hope you catch a ban if you do that. See ya. Anyways, I feel like that's everything that I wanted to say for now. I didn't write a script for this. I just wanted it to be off the top of the head kind of thing. I'm sure there's something that I've missed or haven't talked about.
He's camping hard here.
This is just my initial experiences of the game. Things could quickly change. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm definitely going to be making more content on this game, looking at different weapon builds, experimenting, having fun. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. And do let me know below, have you come back and played this? Because I know that a lot of people in my Discord have actually been on it again and are enjoying it. But let me know, the wider YouTube community, people who watch regularly, how are you finding it if you've played it again? Do you think it's going to be something that you will keep coming back to? Or you've come back, dipped in again and gone, you know, it's Verdansk, it's Warzone, it's fine, whatever. I'm kind of done with it now. Let me know what the situation is. I'd love to hear your opinion. Ultimately, I don't think it's going to hit the lofty heights that it did back on release in 2020, 2021. The audience will never be as big as that. But I can certainly feel a bit of a resurgence happening here. Be really interesting to see, based on rumors, if Infinity Ward make a new version of Warzone for COD 2026. The rumors are Modern Warfare 4.
I need to know if he wins this game.
Xbox. What are they going to do? All eyes are going to be on them.
He did it.
And of course, where Warzone is at that stage of the game may have a big impact on that too. With that said, I'm off, guys. Thank you for watching.
He always
really
has such
appreciate
bangers
you
at the end of his
here.
videos.
Drop me a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Always such a banger. I want to read the comments here. Winning on Urzikstan didn't feel good. Losing on Verdansk is fun. I sometimes. Thanks for sticking up for the casual gamer, Jack. We always seem to be forgotten. Very, very true. Oh, just wait. The streamers are already complaining about how slow the game is. Only a matter of time before they screw up Warzone again. That's exactly what I was saying. I said, what did I say? June 18th, and then I moved it to May 28th or something like that. Listening to streamers regarding Warzone is like listening to billionaires regarding the economy. Kind of true. But this is exactly what I'm saying. This is why my idea of adding new things in every week and then asking the community what they think. Not on Twitter, not on YouTube, not on Twitch, in the actual goddamn game. Because I'm telling you, most of the people who are playing Warzone aren't watching my videos, are not watching this right now. They are sitting on their couch, having a conversation with their buddy, drinking a beer with a bowl of pretzels and probably some sort of 420 memorabilia around them. That's the majority of players. So let them actually pick what they want in their games, and then the game will get better for the vast majority, as opposed to the streamers who are trying to be entertaining. If they can be entertaining with a faster game, they should be able to be entertaining in a slower game as well. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Because I agree with what Jack is saying. Like, I actually really agree with what he's saying.